Today I'm going to show you an app and an extension called Google Keep. So let's say you have students doing some research, and right now I'm in Culturegrams looking up Nigeria. And then I think, oh, this information here is really good. So what the students can do is they could highlight this information and then click on this Google Keep. And what it will do is it will save the highlighted notes into Google Keep. You can give it a title. And depending if you already have labels set up, you could add a label. I don't have any labels that would be good for this one, so I'm just going to leave this as is. So now I'm going to, let's say, go to the language. And now on the language, maybe instead you could have two different ways of doing research. You could have your students either highlighting and just saving that information into Google Keep and then putting it in their own words after. Or you could have the students look through what is on this page and then they could put it in their own words now. So if I click on Google Keep without highlighting anything, and now here it just says take a note. So more than 500 languages spoken, and I would just put in my point forms. And that would be a good opportunity for the students to already get their research into their own words. It's nice because you're not wasting paper. It's also nice because they can see their research at the same time that they can see their notes. And so now what we can do is, this was the extension Google Keep. There's also the app down here at the bottom. So if I click on this Google Keep app, the light bulb, it will bring up my Google Keep. So any of the notes that I have taken from online or notes right in here will show up in here. So now let's say I want to add labels to them. So in that way I can organize. So I would click on these three dots and I could say add a label. And I'm going to create a new one. So I'm going to name this my Nigeria research and then just click on create. And so now for this one here, I'm going to click on these three dots, add a label, and now it shows up as an option. And whoops, click on the three dots, add a label. And this last one here. The nice thing about doing this as putting on labels is so that way when I go over here to this menu, I have all my labels showing up. So now if I just want to see my stuff from my Nigeria research, I can just click on it and here it is. And so now it's not overwhelming with everything else. And also the other benefit of this Google Keep is that I can have, it directs me right back to the website. So if I click on this, that would take me back to my website. I can also make these be a reminder. So if I need to be reminded of this research at another time, I can also collaborate with someone else. I can just click on this collaborator. So let's say I want to collaborate with Christy. There she is, Christy Robinson. And then I would just save. And now she'll have got an email and we are collaborating on this Google Keep together. Another thing is you can change the color. So in that way, if you're a color-coded person, you can change the color on this. So now I want to go back to all of my notes. I can click on this main menu and I can click on notes. And now all of my notes are showing up here. Notice this one here, Good Friday is a holiday. I set that up as a reminder. So it's going to remind me tomorrow at 6, so that way I don't come into work on Friday. Also, this one here is a photo note, an image note. And these two here are drawings. So if I scroll up to the top, I can also make notes right in here. So I can put in my title. You can put in whatever notes you want. And again, you can add a collaborator, you can remind yourself. You can also add an image. So you would just go and find an image in your drive or one that you've saved into your downloads. And I'm going to choose this bug in a vacuum. And now this note has a picture on it as well as the title. And there it is. You can also do the picture note right here. Also, there's another feature called a new note with drawing. So when you click on this pen, you can do a little drawing. Now, if you have the Touch Chromebooks, the library Chromebooks, the students can just draw with their finger, flip it around and draw with their finger. And they can do some beautiful sketchnoting, responding to stories, drawing pictures that they might want to put in a Google Doc for later. And then there's an eraser, different colors here, different sizes. And when you're done, you just press back. You can also add a title and a note to go with it, the collaborator and everything. So now here, I could change the color, and that would just change the color of my note, not of my background. I would actually have to change the color of my background. Now, if I want to edit this, I can double click on it, and I can do some more editing here. I can also click on these three dots and press download. For a teacher, it's going to go into your download files. For the students, it's going to save right into their Google Drive. Another thing that you can do with this Google Keep is you can click on this new list. So let's say I need to read my book. Just press enter. And then I need to do my web of my book. Then I need to do my book, trailer, storyboard. And then I need to go on to Adobe Spark and complete book trailer. And then I need to hand it in to Google Classroom. Again, you can collaborate with people. You can add it as a reminder, however you want to do. And so now this title, I'm going to say my book trailer to-do list. I'm going to say done. Now I could, let's say, okay, I've already read my book. I can check it off. So that crosses it off and puts it to the bottom of the list. Oh, I've made my web of my book. I can cross that off, and then it's the next important thing that comes up. So it's really a nice feature. Another thing that this Google Keep has is you can go to this search, and you can search by different types. So let's say you search by reminders. Oh, okay. Or I can search by lists. Or I can search by images. Or I can search by drawings. So I had a student that thought she lost her drawing. I have no idea. She must have archived it by accident. We went into the search, we clicked drawings, and there it was. You can also search by labels, or you can search by places or collaborators or color, depending however you do it. You can also search by name. So if I search Nigeria, I'll get all my Nigeria stuff come up. And that it's just a great tool that way. So when I'm done with my search, I just close out of the search and I'm back to my Google Keep where I can take a note. I'll make another video on how Google Keep works with Google Docs.